Today, we are diving into a topic that many believe is only a dream after 60, rebuilding muscle and reversing sarcopenia. Forget the bone broth hype. There is one food that science and experience show can help you regain strength, vitality, and independence faster than you ever imagined. This is not about fad diets, nor is it about spending hours in the gym. This is about nourishing your body with the right fuel to stimulate real life-changing results. Listen carefully, because what you are about to discover could transform your health, your energy, and your very quality of life. When we talk about muscle health after 60, most people immediately think of exercise and protein shakes, or perhaps the familiar trend of bone broth, but the truth is, there is a specific food that surpasses these options in its ability to rebuild muscle and combat sarcopenia. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that occurs with aging, is not just a cosmetic issue. It directly impacts your mobility, your energy, and even your longevity. What is remarkable about this particular food is that it addresses the underlying mechanisms of muscle loss at a cellular level, stimulating muscle protein synthesis more effectively than many other commonly recommended sources. It is rich in essential amino acids, particularly leucine, which is the key amino acid that triggers the molecular signals necessary for muscle growth. In adults over 60, the body's responsiveness to protein diminishes, meaning that even when consuming adequate protein, the muscles are less efficient at utilizing it for repair and growth. This is where the power of the right food comes into play, because it provides a concentrated, highly bioavailable form of the nutrients your muscles crave, effectively bypassing some of the limitations that aging imposes. Not only does this food promote muscle rebuilding, but it also reduces inflammation, which is critical because chronic, low-grade inflammation accelerates the breakdown of muscle tissue in older adults. By integrating this food into your diet, you create an environment within your body that is conducive to repair and regeneration rather than decline. Furthermore, it is versatile and easy to prepare, making it an accessible tool for anyone committed to improving their muscle health, regardless of cooking skills or lifestyle constraints. Many people overlook the importance of nutrient timing, but this food is uniquely effective when consumed in the morning or immediately after light activity, as it takes advantage of the body's natural rhythms for nutrient uptake and protein synthesis. It works synergistically with light resistance exercises, simple stretches, and daily movement, amplifying the effects of physical activity without requiring strenuous workouts that can be discouraging or even risky for older adults. In addition to the amino acids, this food is packed with essential micronutrients like magnesium, potassium, and vitamin B6, all of which play critical roles in muscle function and energy metabolism. Magnesium, for instance, supports the contraction and relaxation of muscles, ensuring that your strength gains are functional and that your movements remain smooth and coordinated. Potassium helps regulate fluid balance in your cells and maintains the electrical impulses necessary for muscle contraction, preventing cramps and weakness that often discourage older adults from staying active. Vitamin B6 is essential for the metabolism of amino acids and neurotransmitters, directly influencing both muscle growth and nerve-muscle communication. When these nutrients are combined in the form of a whole, natural food rather than isolated supplements, the body absorbs and utilizes them more efficiently, resulting in more meaningful and noticeable improvements in muscle mass, strength, and endurance. Another remarkable aspect of this food is its role in hormone regulation. Aging is associated with declining levels of hormones like testosterone and growth hormone, which are crucial for maintaining muscle mass and bone density. This food contains natural compounds that support the body's hormonal balance, gently encouraging the production of hormones that promote muscle repair and reduce fat accumulation. By nourishing your body with this food consistently, you are not just addressing the symptoms of sarcopenia, but attacking its root causes, supporting your body from multiple angles simultaneously. The beauty of this approach is that it is both natural and sustainable, avoiding the risks and side effects associated with pharmaceutical interventions or extreme dietary experiments that promise results but often fail to deliver long-term benefits. Finally, the psychological and emotional impact of incorporating this food into your daily routine cannot be overstated. Many older adults experience frustration and discouragement when they notice declining strength and mobility, which can lead to a cycle of inactivity and further muscle loss. By providing your body with a highly effective, evidence-backed food, you regain a sense of control and hope over your health. You begin to see tangible results in strength, energy, and confidence, which reinforces positive behaviors, creating a virtuous cycle of health improvement. This single food, when used consistently and intelligently, can transform the trajectory of muscle health after 60, making it not just an option, but a cornerstone of your longevity and vitality strategy. Muscle loss, or sarcopenia, is not just a cosmetic issue that makes the body appear weaker or less toned. It has profound consequences for overall health, independence, and longevity. When muscles shrink and weaken, the body's fundamental systems begin to suffer, because muscles are not only responsible for movement, they are also active organs that regulate metabolism, support the immune system, and influence hormone balance. Muscle tissue plays a critical role in glucose regulation by absorbing and storing blood sugar efficiently. When muscle mass declines, insulin sensitivity decreases, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes and other metabolic disorders that can shorten life expectancy. In older adults, even modest reductions in muscle strength can lead to higher rates of falls, fractures, and injuries, which are significant contributors to mortality and reduced quality of life. The loss of skeletal muscle means the body has less reserve to cope with stressors like infections, surgeries, or chronic illnesses, making recovery slower and more difficult. Muscle loss also profoundly affects mobility and functional independence. Simple daily activities such as climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or standing from a chair become challenging. This loss of independence often leads to decreased physical activity, which in turn accelerates muscle wasting, a vicious cycle that many older adults unknowingly fall into. Beyond physical function, sarcopenia has direct implications for organ health. The heart, for example, relies on skeletal muscle for healthy circulation and metabolic regulation. Reduced muscle mass can lead to decreased cardiovascular efficiency, increasing the risk of heart disease and hypertension. Respiratory muscles are also affected, making breathing less efficient and reducing the body's ability to cope with respiratory infections or chronic lung conditions. The decline of these fundamental systems compromises overall resilience and makes the body more susceptible to acute health crises. There is also a significant link between muscle loss and cognitive function. Recent research has shown that decreased muscle mass correlates with declines in memory, focus, and processing speed. Muscles produce and release myokines, chemical messengers that communicate with the brain and influence neuroplasticity, inflammation, and mood regulation. When muscle tissue diminishes, the production of these myokines decreases, potentially contributing to cognitive decline and an increased risk of conditions such as dementia or Alzheimer's disease. This connection underscores that sarcopenia is not an isolated problem confined to the limbs. It affects the whole body, including the central nervous system, demonstrating how interconnected muscle health is with overall vitality. Another often overlooked impact of muscle loss is the effect on bone health. Muscles apply mechanical stress to bones during movement, which stimulates bone density and strength. When muscle mass declines, bones lose this essential stimulation, increasing the risk of osteoporosis and fractures. Fractures, especially hip fractures, are a major cause of morbidity and mortality in older adults. Reduced muscle mass also compromises balance and coordination, making falls more likely. Each fall represents not only a physical injury, but also a psychological setback, as fear of falling often leads to further inactivity, compounding the muscle loss and creating a downward spiral of weakness and dependency. Muscle loss affects energy metabolism and body composition as well. Skeletal muscle is one of the body's largest repositories of lean tissue, and it plays a central role in determining basal metabolic rate, the rate at which the body burns calories at rest. As muscle diminishes, metabolism slows, often resulting in unwanted weight gain, fat accumulation, and increased inflammation. This increase in visceral fat, the fat surrounding internal organs, is strongly associated with chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. Therefore, sarcopenia indirectly contributes to multiple health conditions, accelerating the aging process and increasing vulnerability to life-threatening illnesses. Furthermore, sarcopenia impacts hormonal balance. Muscles are key regulators of hormone metabolism, including testosterone growth hormone and insulin, like growth factor 1, all of which play crucial roles in maintaining muscle mass, bone health, and overall vitality. Reduced muscle mass can create a cascade of hormonal imbalances, further accelerating the decline in strength and resilience. These hormonal shifts also affect mood, energy levels, and motivation, which can lead to depression or a sense of helplessness in older adults. This demonstrates that sarcopenia is not only a physical concern, but also a mental and emotional one, influencing the body and mind simultaneously. Finally, the presence of healthy muscle mass is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Numerous studies have shown that older adults with higher muscle mass and strength live longer, healthier lives, with fewer hospitalizations and a lower incidence of chronic diseases. Conversely, those with significant sarcopenia have a higher risk of premature mortality, largely because their bodies cannot respond effectively to stress, illness, or injury. Muscle is life. It is a marker of vitality, resilience, and functional independence. Preserving and rebuilding muscle after 60 is not merely about aesthetics or strength. It is about ensuring that every system in the body functions optimally, from metabolism to immunity to cognitive health, giving you the best possible chance for a long, active, and fulfilling life. Rebuilding muscle after 60 is not just about the foods you eat. It is also about the daily routines and habits that support your body's natural ability to synthesize muscle. While the specific food we are discussing is a powerful tool to stimulate muscle growth, pairing it with simple, consistent routines amplifies its effectiveness dramatically. The beauty of these routines is that they do not require hours in the gym, heavy lifting, or complex exercise equipment. They are accessible, safe, and highly effective for older adults who want to regain strength, improve mobility, and maintain independence. The first key routine is light resistance training. Resistance exercises, even when done with body weight, resistance bands, or light weights, trigger the body's anabolic response, signaling the muscles to grow and repair. Movements such as squats, wall push-ups, seated leg raises, and bicep curls are incredibly effective when done consistently, and they complement the amino acids provided by the food, creating a perfect environment for muscle protein synthesis. The focus should not be on intensity, but on consistency and proper form, allowing the muscles to receive frequent, gentle stimulation throughout the week. Another simple yet powerful routine is daily movement. Sedentary behavior accelerates muscle loss, so integrating small bursts of activity throughout the day is essential. This can include walking, gentle stretching, climbing stairs, or even gardening. The key is to keep the muscles active, so they continue receiving the mechanical signals necessary for growth and maintenance. Movement also enhances blood flow, ensuring that the nutrients from the food you consume reach your muscles efficiently. The circulatory benefits of regular activity support tissue repair, reduce inflammation, and improve overall energy levels, creating a feedback loop that encourages continued engagement in healthy behaviors. Even short sessions of 10 to 15 minutes, repeated several times a day, can have a significant cumulative effect on muscle preservation and synthesis. Timing and frequency of meals are also important routines that enhance muscle building potential. Consuming the muscle, rebuilding food immediately after light activity or exercise maximizes the body's ability to absorb and utilize the nutrients effectively. The post-activity window is when muscles are most receptive to protein and amino acids, allowing for more efficient repair and growth. Spacing protein intake evenly across meals throughout the day, rather than concentrating it in a single meal, ensures a steady supply of nutrients to support continuous muscle synthesis. This approach prevents the body from entering a catabolic state where muscle breakdown occurs, and instead promotes a consistently anabolic environment, which is crucial for older adults who may have a naturally slower metabolic rate and reduced responsiveness to protein. In addition to resistance and movement routines, incorporating flexibility and balance exercises is a critical part of the daily regimen. Activities such as yoga, tai chi, or simple balance drills help maintain joint health, improve coordination, and reduce the risk of falls, which is particularly important as muscle strength begins to improve. Better balance and flexibility allow for safer performance of resistance exercises and daily activities, reinforcing the benefits of muscle growth and creating a more functional and independent lifestyle. Stretching also increases blood flow to muscles, enhances nutrient delivery, and helps maintain the elasticity of connective tissues, ensuring that muscles not only grow stronger, but remain supple and resilient. Hydration and rest are equally essential components of daily routines that support muscle synthesis. Muscles require adequate water to function properly, transport nutrients, and remove metabolic waste. Older adults often underestimate the importance of hydration, yet it is fundamental to the effectiveness of both exercise and nutrition. Rest and sleep provide the body with the opportunity to repair damaged tissue, produce growth hormone, and consolidate the gains achieved through movement and nutrition. Consistently prioritizing adequate sleep, along with brief periods of rest between resistance sessions, ensures that muscles have the time and resources they need to adapt and grow. A body that is chronically sleep-deprived or overworked will struggle to respond to both dietary and exercise interventions, making these routines a non-negotiable part of the muscle-building strategy. Another often overlooked routine is mindful breathing and stress management. Chronic stress elevates cortisol levels, which can accelerate muscle breakdown and hinder repair. Incorporating practices such as deep breathing, meditation, or even quiet reflection after meals or exercise helps regulate stress hormones, creating a favorable hormonal environment for muscle growth. By pairing these practices with the consumption of the muscle rebuilding food, the body is supported not only physically, but hormonally and metabolically, increasing the likelihood of noticeable improvements in strength and vitality. Finally, tracking progress and setting achievable daily goals reinforces consistency and motivation. Recording exercises, noting repetitions, or simply marking off active days on a calendar provides both accountability and encouragement. These small, deliberate actions ensure that routines are maintained over the long term, allowing the synergistic effects of the food and activity to compound. The cumulative impact of these simple daily routines, resistance training, movement, meal timing, flexibility, hydration, rest, stress management, and mindful tracking cannot be overstated. Each element reinforces the other, creating a holistic approach to muscle synthesis that is safe, effective, and sustainable for anyone over 60. Preserving muscle mass as we age is one of the most powerful investments we can make in our long-term health, independence, and vitality. Muscle is more than a means to lift objects or climb stairs. It is a cornerstone of functional health that supports every aspect of daily life. When muscle mass is maintained, older adults experience greater ease and confidence in performing routine tasks, from standing up from a chair to reaching for items on high shelves, from walking long distances to climbing stairs without assistance. These abilities are directly tied to independence, allowing individuals to live in their own homes longer, avoid reliance on caregivers, and maintain a sense of dignity and self-sufficiency. The absence of adequate muscle, conversely, often triggers a cascade of dependency and frustration, where even simple movements become challenging, leading to reduced activity, further muscle loss, and an increasing reliance on others for daily needs. Preserving muscle creates a buffer against these declines, ensuring that aging does not automatically equate to frailty. Beyond physical independence, muscle preservation is intimately linked to overall vitality. Strong, healthy muscles enhance energy levels, stamina, and endurance, allowing older adults to engage fully in the activities they enjoy, whether it's walking in nature, dancing, gardening, or playing with grandchildren. Muscle is a metabolically active tissue, meaning it burns calories even at rest and supports efficient energy utilization. Maintaining muscle mass helps regulate weight, optimize metabolism, and reduce the accumulation of fat, particularly visceral fat that surrounds internal organs and contributes to inflammation and chronic disease. This metabolic benefit alone has profound implications for longevity, as it decreases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and other chronic conditions, making every preserved pound of muscle a contributor to a longer, healthier life. Muscle preservation also strengthens the immune system. Skeletal muscles produce myokines, specialized proteins that communicate with immune cells and help regulate inflammatory responses. Maintaining muscle mass ensures a robust production of these myokines, helping the body respond more effectively to infections, injuries, and other stresses. In older adults, a well-functioning immune system is crucial because it reduces susceptibility to illness and supports faster recovery. Those with greater muscle mass often experience fewer complications from common infections and recover more quickly from surgical procedures or hospitalizations, giving them a tangible advantage in both health and resilience. Balance and coordination are additional benefits of preserving muscle, and these factors directly impact long-term independence. Strong muscles support joint stability, improve postural control, and reduce the risk of falls, which are a leading cause of injury and hospitalization in adults over 60. By maintaining or rebuilding muscle, individuals can navigate their environment more safely, move confidently, and perform complex movements without fear of injury. This translates into a more active lifestyle, which further reinforces muscle health, cardiovascular fitness, and overall well-being. In essence, muscle preservation sets up a positive cycle where strength supports activity, activity preserves strength, and the body remains resilient and capable over the long term. Mental health and cognitive vitality are also profoundly influenced by muscle preservation. Physical activity and strength maintenance have been shown to improve mood, reduce anxiety, and protect against depression, which can be common challenges for older adults experiencing loss of function or independence. Additionally, research demonstrates that strong, active muscles support brain health by enhancing circulation, delivering essential nutrients, and stimulating the production of neurotrophic factors that encourage neuroplasticity. By maintaining muscle, older adults support both body and mind, ensuring that independence is accompanied by mental clarity, focus, and emotional resilience. The long-term benefits extend far beyond strength alone. They encompass vitality, confidence, and a sustained ability to engage fully with life. Another often overlooked benefit of muscle preservation is its impact on longevity. Numerous studies have shown that individuals with greater muscle mass and strength live longer and healthier lives. Muscle acts as a reservoir of protein that the body can draw upon during periods of illness or stress, helping prevent rapid decline. It also supports cardiovascular health by improving metabolism, blood sugar control, and lipid profiles. Older adults with preserved muscle mass are more likely to withstand the physical demands of aging, recover from setbacks, and maintain functional independence, all of which contribute to an extended lifespan marked by quality rather than mere years. Longevity, in this sense, is not just about living longer, it is about living better with mobility, energy, and the capacity to participate fully in life's activities. Finally, preserving muscle enhances quality of life in ways that are both tangible and deeply personal. Independence, confidence, and the ability to participate in meaningful activities foster a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Relationships flourish when individuals can engage actively with family and community, and the mental and emotional satisfaction of physical competence enhances self-esteem and life satisfaction. Maintaining muscle mass after 60 is, therefore, not only a health strategy, it is a life strategy empowering individuals to age gracefully while retaining strength, mobility, and joy. The cumulative effect of muscle preservation is transformative. It supports independence, promotes vitality, protects health, and fosters a sense of agency, allowing older adults to navigate the aging process with resilience, dignity, and a sustained capacity to live fully. As we draw this message to a close, remember that the journey to rebuild muscle and restore vitality after 60 is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. You now know the one food that can transform your strength, the simple daily routines that amplify its effect, and the profound benefits of preserving your muscle for health, independence, and longevity. What you do with this knowledge today will determine the quality of your tomorrow. You have the power to reverse the declines that many accept as inevitable, to reclaim energy, confidence, and freedom in your body, and to live with purpose and vitality in every stage of life. Take these steps seriously, apply them consistently, and watch as your body responds, your strength returns, and your life becomes a testimony of resilience and renewal. The time to act is now, and your future self will thank you for the choices you make today.